There's some things that I really wish somebody would have shown me back when I was first learning music theory. So first of all, I'm looking at this major scale that I downloaded, and you've got your, it's a pattern, just like most things on guitar are going to be given to you in patterns. But the thing is that if you're running up and down this all day, it just gets really tedious. I mean, it's just like how exciting can that be? Well, anyway, so here's the thing you can do with this. You can, realize that songs, melodies are made of scales, and so you can kind of play around with it a little bit. And when you're practicing after you've got it down, you can. Do some little melodies with it, have some fun with it. The other thing too is to look at this scale and try to figure out where things are. So there's your tonic right here, and there's another one right here, and there's another one right here. So you can also try to figure out like where important intervals are. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your perfect fifth. There's your perfect fourth. There's your major third. There's your major second. So try to figure out where things are, and you can sort of start making arpeggios. So if this is your third up here, and then this is your fifth, there's a arpeggiated triad. So that's pretty cool, and you can just kind of figure out where those are. The other thing, too, is that just because this is a major scale doesn't mean that you can't play minor in it, because obviously, a major scale is the same thing as a minor scale. When you go and you play the white keys on a keyboard, if you start on C and you go to C, it's a major scale. If you start on A and you go to A, it's going to be a minor scale. And the same thing is true for these patterns on guitar. So if you're looking at this scale, you can count up. So A is going to be your sixth. Trust me, it's going to be your sixth. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's your minor tonic. So let's try to find the next note in that. So there's your octave. And there's your octave. So there you go. And I'm not the best guitarist, obviously, but I mean, at least the theory is something I think about a lot. So anyway, there's your minor scale. If you start on that note there, there's your minor scale hidden in that major scale that you're practicing. And you can do that same triad trick. So you're going like, there you go, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be the same interval because 5 is a perfect, not a major or minor. And there's your fourth, also going to be perfect. But here's the thing. There's your third, and that's definitely minor sounding. And there's your minor triad, arpeggiated, because we know that this is 1, we know that this is 3, and we know that this is 5, and that's going to be what makes up the bottom triad of any chord. That goes right up onto like complex things like 9 chords, 13 chords, and whatever you want to do. It's all going to start with a triad. And that triad is either going to have a major quality depending on the third, or a minor quality depending on the third. And there's only one exception to that, and that's if you are playing on the 7th, you're going to end up with a diminished 5th. But that's getting into some more complex territory. The main thing that you need to kind of get a grasp on is where these notes are. So anyway, the cool thing that I like about this pattern that I got was that it doesn't actually start on the tonic. So it starts down here. this is not your tonic. So check this out. Feels just a little bit tense until you come back down to that tonic, doesn't it? And that's just the way that the human mind decides to perceive music. You know, and Beethoven goes up to his fifth and then comes down to that tonic, that's building this tension, and then finally you land on that tonic and you're like, oh man, that feels so good to hear that tonic at the end of all of that crazy stuff that you're doing at the end of your song. But anyway, those are my 2 cents on beginning guitar music theory.